areas. We're going to try and cover attending, listening, observing. We're also going to explore thoughts, restatement, open questions, and closed questions. Also, uh, summarizing, paraphrasing, and then we're going to go into exploring feelings and expressing. So we'll try to cover all of those. Some of those are the skills that we're supposed to address in this video. So kind of kick it up, here. And so we were kind of reflecting on work. I think that's what we kind of we're going with the last videos. So I guess we'll just kind of pick up and then kind of see where it goes. And we're going to try and rework the video so I can kind of get things in our soul. It feels a little, strange and different this time. Just attempting to okay. So what is it about what's going on at work that you want to talk about?
I would assume probably the thing that has me the most thought about is the whole idea of the promotion and getting ready for that position.
Ready for so just kind of summarize it. We were talking in the past about the position of supervisor position, management position that coming up shortly, and kind of being groomed for the position. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited that my boss has that confidence in me, but I'm also a little leery or nervous about the position because what I do best is going to be taken away from me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of paraphrasing, I guess you're saying there are pros and cons. For example, you really enjoy your job, but you look forward to the added responsibility, which is going to be not so much working with the clients. Is that what you were
Right.
saying?
Yeah, I won't be doing the face-to-face visits with my members anymore, but I like the challenge of the idea of the challenge of having a team that's doing what they're supposed to be doing and guiding them and teaching them ways to work with the members, and just having the knowledge to move forward into this position excites me because it'll be a new challenge. It'll be another challenge.
Different challenges. And how do you feel specifically about like not being able to work with the clients directly? How does that?
That's gonna be hard for me because I do feel like I'm a big believer in the saying, I'm going to save lives today. And when I go out and I work with members, I know that I am helping their life be a little bit easier, a little bit calmer, a little bit more positive, and I won't have that when I change positions. But I will be able to rejoice in all of the people that will be working for me in their successes.
You know, bittersweet. You'll be able to help more people by taking the position, it imagine will affect, you won't necessarily get the hands-on
Right.
with the clients so much anymore, but you'll have a lot more responsibility and be able to help a lot more people.
Absolutely.
Do you have any other concerns, feelings, or emotions about things that may go on, peers, and anxiety, maybe a little feeling a little anxious about having a position, and now you kind of have like a safety net, kind of with the manager, because you stated earlier that they are just a call away at this point, so I'm sure that gives you some comfort, confidence. But when that's taken away, do you feel that you're ready to step into that role, or do you feel that maybe there's areas I need to work on or need to address?
There's a couple different answers to that. That's a pretty big question. First of all, the team that there is working right now, we have some who are very good team players and some who are not very good team players. And that I'm fearful for when it comes to taking over that position, because I'm very much a team player and I will help anybody with anything that they need. I'm a phone call away. And there's some people on my team that don't feel that way. So that's scary to me.
There's some people that don't feel what way?
That don't feel like they're part of the team, don't feel like they need to help anybody else. They're very me people, and that's difficult for me. And the person I'm thinking about most is one of the newest people that works with me.
So just to kind of clarify, it makes you, because they're more individuals as opposed to kind of going with the team, that makes you uncomfortable for the clients or for the company?
Well, I believe that we were put together as a team and we all have the same boss for the same reason. Like, when we have our meetings every week, we talk about cases, we talk about good things, we talk about negative things that are going on in our team, and I feel like if you're not part of that team, or you don't feel like you're part of that team, that it is kind of, the only word I can think of is bad juju for the entire team. Do you know what I mean? Like, there tends to then be the talking behind people's back, and I don't want to use names, but like one person will call somebody else and they'll talk negatively about the person who's not a team player, and then that person who's not a team player still has one person that she's talking to, so it becomes a very negative team atmosphere, and that bothers me.
Sure. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of balancing that, kind of keep it together, make sure everybody's provided for. How do you feel as an individual about that type, people who may not be so extroverted or may not be buying into the whole team thing and kind of working on their individual goals? How do you foresee yourself working with those guys?
I think that I will do okay working with them as long as I remember to think before I speak, because I get very passionate about what I'm talking about, and I can't say to them, you're not playing nice. You need to play nice in the sandbox, So as long as I don't speak before I think, I will do okay. My boss now has said to me, most of the time those come over, negative things come on. We have a system called Jabber, it's like an instant message, or in an email. So she just chooses not to answer them until she's ready to answer them, which is a wonderful advice, because if I would look at the Jabber and see that somebody was being negative, I would want to immediately strike out and say, hey, you're, not doing what you're supposed to, or you're feeling negative, and knowing that I have, quote unquote, the permission to just let it sit there until I can separate my emotions from the situation, it will make it much easier for me to do that. So she's teaching me things already, about the day-to-day drama.
So, what are you planning on doing to prepare yourself to deal with that? I mean, you said that your boss just doesn't get in on the jabber, just kind of talk, so that in the kind of vent, I guess, is that what you were saying? So, what are your goals to deal with those issues? And, when someone's not so emotional, or so gung-ho, that about some projects that may come up, how do you feel like you're going to deal with those situations? And think, how are you going to train yourself to think before you react on an emotional level?
I think the whole dynamic will change once my boss is gone and I am in her position. Things are going to have to change with my relationship with pretty much everybody on the team. The ones that I'm really close to, I'm going to have to kind of back off a little bit, because that whole mixing of professional and personal has to have a dividing line. And then those ones that I'm not so close to and feel like they're not being team players, I'm going to have to find out, I'm going to have to get in their heads and figure out what the problem is. Why do they feel like they're not part of the team? And hopefully be able to bring them in and say, you are part of the team, and no matter how much of this stuff was bought before you lived here, it's yours now too.
Right. So you said everything. You'll have to motivate them, learn what makes them motivated.
Right.
And deal with those things.
Right.
Okay. I think we so as we look back on these issues that are coming up quickly. Are you feeling more peace, more calm about it, or are you feeling more anxious as you draw closer to that D-Day super call?
I think every day that my boss and I talk about this happening someday, and we talk about what some of the challenges are going to be, it actually makes me more confident that I can handle it, not more anxiety.
So as you have this experience, and as you have conversations with your present supervisor, it gives you feel better about it, more
Yep.
prepared.
Yes.
Well, so much. Thank you.
Thank you.